Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, today we're going to do another episode of Bytes and Nibbles with Breck. Today we are going to make the world's best cornbread. Yeah, I know. Let's see if it works out that way, right? This is going to be done in the Instant Pot, so I'm very eager to see how well this works. I love cornbread, and if it is indeed the world's best cornbread, we will indeed verify that today. So let's get going. These are the ingredients for our cornbread. Start off with some cornmeal, some baking powder, a little salt, a couple of eggs, some sugar, some heavy whipping cream, and some butter. Now, one of the things I've noticed about this recipe is that it's painfully, almost annoyingly easy. Basically, the recipe is just take all the dry ingredients, mix them together, take all the wet ingredients, mix them together, and then carefully and slowly blend the two together and then pop it in the Instant Pot. So basically what I've done is I've taken out all of the ingredients. I've basically measured them all out. It's a cup and a quarter of the cornmeal. It's half a cup of the sugar. It's half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of the baking soda. It's 2 eggs. It's half a stick of the butter, and it's a cup of the heavy cream. And so the wet ingredients have been mixed together. The dry ingredients are mixed together, and now I'm just going to put them in the mixer and combine the two. So as I said, these are the two halves here, the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients. And I just mixed the dry ingredients in the mixer bowl because, like I said, I'm going to use the mixer to blend it all together. So let's bring this over here, pop it onto the mixer, and let's go get our wet ingredients. And I've got just a little whisk tool on my blender. And I'm just going to kind of pour it all in there. Now I'm going to get a rubber scraper and get all the liquid out of there because we want that all in there as much as possible. So this is a pan that I'm going to use. You may recall, this is a pan that I bought a month or two ago when I did the banana bread in the Instant Pot. And they don't really specify what size of a pan to use. So I elected to use this one. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoop out all the mixture here into the pan, which I have already generously spread with the cooking spray to get that all nice and non-stick and all that, because we don't want it to stick. That's no fun at all. And so I'm just going to pour all that into here, get every last drop out of it, and we'll go into the Instant Pot next. Now, I'm actually a little surprised by something. When I did the banana bread a month or 2 or 3 or whatever it was ago, they had me put aluminum foil over the top of it. They don't say anything about this time. They just say leave it open to the pressure inside the Instant Pot. So I'm going to follow the directions and we'll see what happens. But what we've got is we've got this little platform here that I'm going to put inside the Instant Pot. Take the lid off here. Get my steamer basket out of there because I don't need that right now. We'll put this in here. We're going to put about a half a cup of water in there. I'm going to put a little bit more in there because I have a larger Instant Pot, and a little bit more won't hurt, and it'll kind of give you a better coating on the bottom, and we'll go from there. But then I'll put the cornbread in there. We'll seal the lid and we'll start cooking. Alright, so we're ready to go. I got a little bit of water in there. You can't really see it that well, but trust me, it's in there. I'm just going to put the pan in on top. Kind of get it centered in there real nice. We're going to put the lid on, close it down, and we are going to pressure cook at high pressure. So pressure level to high, and we're going to go for 30 minutes. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Alright, 30 minutes have passed and we are going to quick release. Now, we've talked about this basically every time I've done a video on the Instant Pot, where there's the natural release and there's the quick release. Quick release, you just press the button and out comes all the pressure immediately. And once again, once the pink button is dropped, the pressure has been released, and you can open up the lid. As usual, there'll be condensation on the underside of the lid, so kind of be careful, kind of go slowly. And I'm going to get in there with an oven mitt and try and remove that. Okay, I gotta admit, I'm a little concerned about this right now. As I mentioned earlier in the video, when I did banana bread in the Instant Pot, I put aluminum foil over the top to kind of keep the moisture out. And we didn't do that this time because the directions didn't say anything, but honestly it looks like it's a little bit moist on the top. So I don't know, we're gonna let this cool off for a few minutes, and I'm gonna take the form off and we'll give it a try, but I don't know, I got some concerns about this. Okay, I got this thing out of the pan and onto a plate, and yeah, I gotta admit, I'm really a little concerned about this. I'm gonna give it a taste test now just to see how it tastes. Yeah, I gotta admit, I am not really into this. I mean, I kind of sense the beginnings of what might be really good, but it didn't really seem to rise that much, which is something I would have expected. It also is way too moist. I think we're going to have to revisit this one and take another shot at it and try putting some foil on top of the dish when we put it in the Instant Pot, because I think that's the problem. I think you got too much moisture in there, and as a result, that may be the reason why it didn't rise. And it's not really it doesn't really have a bread consistency. It's almost like a pancake kind of consistency. And so I don't know, I'm not going to be able to recommend this one at this point. I think what we'll do, since it does actually taste decent, is I think I will probably revisit this at some point, try it again, put the aluminum foil on top of the pan, and let's see if that does. It might also be the fact that they didn't specifically say what kind of a pan to use, and maybe the pan was a little bit too large, but I'm gonna have to revisit this one and try this one again. So I will put the recipe down in the description below, and you can try it if you'd like, but at this point I'm not really impressed. So we'll try this one again and see if we can make it better at some other point. But I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.